Thanks for joining us. A death row inmate in the United States has been told he must die by lethal injection, even though it could cause him to suffer more than the Constitution allows. According to Georgia state law, it's the only available method of execution. J.W. Ledford Jr. was put on death row 24 years ago after he stabbed and killed his neighbor. Throughout his life, he has been suffering from chronic nerve pain and has been treated with increased doses of painkillers for almost a decade. His lawyers argue that given his current condition, a lethal injection could cause him agonizing pain that they say amounts to torture.
There is a substantial risk that Mr. Ledford will be aware and in agony as the pentobarbital attacks his respiratory system, depriving his brain, heart and lungs of oxygen as he drowns in his own saliva.
However, there's no alternative to lethal injection when it comes to death penalty methods in Georgia. According to state law, only 3 cities keep firing squads as a backup option if the drugs are not available. And earlier this week, the local authorities called Ledford's lawsuit manipulative. They said the amount of painkillers administered before an execution was, quote, more than sufficient. Now, the effect of lethal injection involves 3 main stages. First, an inmate is injected with anesthetic, which leads to unconsciousness. Then comes a paralytic agent that causes suffocation. Finally, the prisoner is given a drug that stops the heart. And despite being the most common method of execution, lethal injections are not always safe. In a number of cases, the sedative was either very weak or it didn't work at all, so that inmates ultimately experienced the pain of their internal organs shutting down.
The states, they approve to have the death penalty, but I had to carry it out. The state, they recommend that 62 people or more people be executed. And if I wasn't in a position to do it, the state of Virginia still would have executed those people. Executions is something that we can do without. You know, we need to try to find ways to prevent these things, prevent people from committing crimes that will cause these things to happen. You know, we try to avoid these things. We need to try to avoid these things. You know, it's not that we want to look forward to taking another life, because it don't do no good. To take a life of another person for killing another person, it don't add up.